Hey guys, Mark Calder here. I just wanted to take a minute to make a short video to tell you about my practice and my approach to therapy and coaching. And so if you've been to my website, you've probably seen in big letters three simple words: own your life, right? And so in a nutshell, that's my guiding philosophy. That's kind of what I try to instill in everyone I work with. And the idea behind it is that if I can take responsibility, or if we can take responsibility for what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and what we're doing, we can derive a sense of power from that. We can derive a sense of control from that because, in reality, there are very few things in life that we have a ton of power or control over, but what thoughts we attend to, what thoughts we listen to, and certainly how we act upon our thoughts are some things that we can manifest a great deal of control over. And cultivating that responsibility or that self-ownership can go a long way in affecting how we feel about ourselves. And so now it's impossible to think that we can control every one of the thoughts or every one of the feelings that sort of pop into our heads. And everybody does fall into the trap of speaking in terms like, he made me mad, or she made me sad, or this made me happy, right? It's a very natural thing, but the element of that mindset that can get us into a great deal of trouble is, the reality that we have very little influence over the actions of others. I have very little influence over the actions of others. But what I do have a great deal of influence is how I consider the actions of others, how I think about the actions of others, and certainly how we respond to the actions of others. And, implementing that mode of thinking can really inspire this sense of independence, this sense of empowerment in knowing that, our lives never really have to be at the mercy of anyone else. And this sounds like a super simple concept. It is a pretty straightforward concept, but it takes some practice, and you most definitely can master it. So if you'd like to do some talking about it or like to do some training together, by all means, get a hold of me through my contact page at markgcalder.com, and I would love to hear from you.